Arrest of Turkish businessman Harun Aydin, who is likely to spend the night in police custody as detectives from different units probe to ascertain his immigration status. Aydin was arrested by immigration police officers soon after jetting into the country from Uganda. He was among Deputy President William Ruto's entourage during the aborted Uganda trip. And as Chamutai Gowin reports, DP Ruto told off those behind the arrest and asked them to stop harassing investors.
This is one among two gates leading to the anti-terrorism police unit offices in Nairobi. It has remained shut since about noon. This is where the Turkish businessman Harun Aydin was arrested around 11:30 a.m. after jetting into Wilson Airport from Uganda is being held. Details remain scanty about where he will spend the night. Attempts by his lawyers to seek audience with police officers falling into deaf ears. This despite attempts by the Turkish deputy ambassador to intervene. She too was ignored. Even the diplomatic police were kept at bay, raising more questions than answers.
The Kenyan Foreign Affairs Office has already said that he's not under arrest, but they were only interrogating him. For what? When you got him from the runway, was it willingly? When you put him inside a motor vehicle under threat, is it willingly? The moment you bring him here and close him in this place, is that willingly? That is an arrest.
Deputy President William Ruto, who was set to travel with the Turkish businessman for a session with Ugandan President Yoweri Museveni before his trip was stopped, dismissing claims that Aydin had terror links.
I am the Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya. I cannot associate with terrorists. I know what I'm doing. We must support our business people. And I have done my best to look for investment for our country.
Sources indicate that Aydin has travelled into the country on 2 occasions. His passport, however, did not have the entry stamp on both occasions. Police now seeking to ascertain his immigration status and why he would enter and exit the country unprocedurally.
The gentleman inside cannot speak proper English. You want to interrogate him? Interrogate him for what? How do you explain to him you want to interrogate him? The person who could have interrogated for him, his interpreter, is present here. Why didn't they even allow him inside there so that the person can at least know why he's being held?
While warning that the officer's actions to detain the Turkish national without proper explanation would fuel a diplomatic tiff between the two countries, a Ugandan businessman who had flown alongside Aydin from Uganda blamed political wars in Kenya for the unfortunate incident.
They are going to say that they want to release him. They will only rush him to the airport and say he's a persona non grata. Mark my words. They'll stamp his passport and say he's a persona non grata. That will come. It will come to pass. They will not let him. And you'll have broken diplomatic connections. You'll have embarrassed the person. You'll have thrown him out of a country without his due rights. You'll have broken his constitutional right. We are totally, can I say, a malicious country.
You want to destroy our country merely because you're fighting your political wars. Why don't you direct the political wars you have to the right people? Leave our businessmen alone.
If you wish to leave a voice message, then please do so after the tone.
Efforts to reach Inspector General of Police Hilary Mutyambai were futile as his phone remained switched off. With authorities remaining mum over the reason why Turkish businessman Harun Aydin was arrested, the mystery surrounding his presence in the country continues to deepen, while a section of police indicate that his arrest was a fact-finding mission to ascertain what kind of business he really is engaged in. Chamutai Gowin, Citizen TV, at the Anti-Terrorism Police Unit offices, Nairobi.